And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win? Today's Who Would Win comes to us from King Hyperion, who asked the question, who would win a fight, the Incredible Hulk or the Green Lantern? Now, when I looked at the suggestion, you just said Green Lantern. So, let's throw an entire Lantern Corps at the Hulk. Let's just max this out as best as possible. Now, I'm not actually going to throw the entire Lantern Corps, every single Lantern, because at that point, I actually would be very confident saying they're all going to win. But no, I mean, let's look at if we're going to look at lanterns individually, let's just look at the strongest examples of Green Lanterns we have. That would be your main Earth Lanterns, John Stewart, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner. We don't talk about Guy Gardner except for Nathan Fillion going to play him in Superman Legacy, which, I mean, I'm here for that. Guy Gardner's the one we don't generally talk about. But yeah, your Kyle Rayners, your Hal Jordans, your John Stewarts, your Kilowoggs, your Mogos. Those are kind of your top-tier Green Lanterns. Obviously, Hal's usually considered the strongest. And obviously, we know what a Green Lantern ring does. It is a piece of alien technology that harnesses the emotional power, in this case, of your will. Which, side note, and I've always said this in the Lantern Corps videos, why is willpower an emotion? Willpower doesn't strike me as an emotion. You don't feel will. You feel fear, or can inspire fear. You can feel rage. You feel compassion. You feel love. You feel greed. You don't feel life or death, but those are kind of outside the parameters. You feel happiness. You feel shame. You don't feel will. You have will. There's a difference. Whatever. I always just found that like you could have made the Courage. You could have easily just made the Courage Lantern Corps, the Green Lanterns of Courage, and that would have sufficed. Bravery, that kind of thing. But instead you made it will. I don't get it, but whatever. Because the other lanterns, to a degree, you still use your willpower to manipulate something. It's fueled by an emotion. Regardless, we know what the Green Lantern rings can do. They basically can create energy constructs that, among all their abilities, their base ability is creating energy constructs that are up to your imagination and powered by your will, the strength of which is determined by your willpower. With that, they create generated force fields, can move at... I've never known how fast a Green Lantern can actually move, but they can move through galaxies without too much difficulty, so they're probably able to move when they're maxed out at light speeds. Easy. But generally speaking, their normal traveling speed isn't anywhere near that fast. But still, they can move extremely fast when they need to. Capable of energy shields, energy projections, energy projectiles. They're also capable of avoiding mind reading. They're capable of going back in time, matter manipulation. They're capable of theoretically anything, so long as you can imagine it and you got the willpower to power it. Now, some of those powerful feats we have seen from the most powerful lanterns would be things like Kilowog going toe-to-toe with Superman, or Green Lantern surviving two universes collapsing on each other. You have someone like Hal Jordan, whose willpower was so strong, it overpowered the embodiment of will itself, which I can't remember the name of the fish deity, but that thing. He overpowered will itself with his... That makes no goddamn sense, but okay. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. You have time travel. You have literal planet-sized constructs. You have when he was, I believe, near the proximity of a blue lantern. I can't remember if it was the blue lantern or him who was able to like restart a star or something like that, like turn time back on a star or something and restart it. I can't remember which one of the two of them did that, but I know it was either green or blue. Now, granted, a blue lantern ring and a Green Lantern ring actually are two of the only lantern rings that complement each other. They actually strengthen each other. Because the idea is hope fuels will. But hope is also only so strong as the will to make it happen. So they both actually work in tandem with each other. Which is always cool. I've always liked the Blue Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps the most. Personally, they're my favorites. Of all the Lantern Corps, that I identify myself probably with the Blue Lantern Corps or the Green Lantern Corps the most. But yeah, actually, I don't know if I've ever done a Lantern Corps I've done a Pokemon team for myself. I don't think I've ever done a Lantern Corps for myself. And a Zanpakuto video. I digress. I guess that'll be one I'll have to do someday, is Lantern Corps for myself. But regardless. So the lanterns are extremely powerful, but they can be overpowered. There are some of the rings have other Lantern Corps do have natural offensive properties over the Green Lanterns. They can just be straight out overpowered by stronger individuals. Just because they have strong willpower doesn't mean that it's infallible. And even an indomitable will is not infallible against a strong enough opponent. And your will can grow in strength, but you kind of like with the Hulk starting at a baseline level for his anger when he transforms. Lanterns are kind of always at like a base level of will as well. Now, granted, immediately the level of strength of their will can immediately increase very quickly, but it all depends on the circumstances they're in, the situation they're in. Yeah, someone's probably going to look and say, what the hell is this guy talking about? It's like this. Let's say my willpower is, when I am going all out, my full willpower is like a 100 on a scale. But the level of will I'm using at any given time is never 100. I'm never maxing out my willpower. I'm never struggling against adversity and then, overcoming it all the time. So my base willpower might be more like at a 40 or a 50 by comparison. That's what I mean by lanterns are never always never at max willpower. They can be at max willpower when they need to be and at any given moment, but they're not always at max willpower, if that makes any sense. I say all this because the Hulk, I preface all of this because the Hulk, especially subversion Hulk, is a monster. Normal base level Hulk is a planet buster. Like straight out, normal base Hulk is basically a planet buster. World Breaker Hulk got the name World Breaker, but that's because of how easily he could break a world, not because he just suddenly gained the power to break it. If the Hulk, angry, really wanted to, he can take out a planet. But when like in the standard level of anger. But yes, once he gets to a certain level of power, he becomes the World Breaker Hulk. His rage is his fuel. And he can keep getting angrier and angrier and angrier and just keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. He has gotten so strong before that he has clapped away universes. Clapped them away. Like, when I say clap, I don't just mean he's like, yeah, he's going to clap that guy. No, I mean he literally clapped away a universe multiple times over. He's got mass regenerative capabilities. We know that his gamma energy is fueled by hell, meaning he is hellspawn at this point. He is massively fast. Depending on which version of Hulk you get, he can also be massively intelligent because he does have both Hulk and Banner in there as well. Hulk is just a walking physical disaster. He literally is rage incarnate and can just completely overwhelm individuals. There's very few people on raw strength levels that can go toe-to-toe with the Hulk when he is fully maxed out in anger. You mean like someone like Odin or Zeus can overpower them, but now you're talking about like all-father individuals who are like already multiversal level individuals to begin with. So, if we're looking at peak lanterns, and because again, if we were to throw the whole Lantern Corps at the Hulk, the Lantern Corps would probably win because you literally have dozens, if not hundreds, of members all just containing the Hulk and, I don't know, throwing him into a sun or a black hole or something, or just throwing him into the void of space, pretty much, and that's the end of the fight. We'd have to also say that this fight has to take place on a planet, because otherwise, Hulk goes into space, Hulk loses. Not because the Hulk can't survive in space, because the Hulk can't physically move in space. He can't create gusts of wind or anything in space, because there is no wind in space. At least not in like a traditional. You got like solar flare, solar winds, all that, but they're not the same type of wind. Like it's a void, it's a vacuum. And if Hulk's just gonna be still floating, there's like, Hulk may have made mistake. Hulk just break universe. And I mean, so there. I guess then technically the Hulk wins. But yeah, so whatever lantern we threw at him, the strongest incarnation of a lantern, Green Lantern, we could throw at him, it would have to be on a planet, which means then who now wins the fight? In base level, the Lantern's got the speed, Hulk's got the strength, though. There's no doubt about that. Durability-wise, they're actually probably even up until the Lantern starts to take a good beating, and his force field just starts to wear down. The other issue I forgot to mention that lanterns have is their ring can run out of juice. they legitimately can run out of energy. They have to recharge with their battery. So Hulk, theoretically, in a battle of attrition, will win because him being killed is less than likely. The longer the fight goes, the stronger he's going to get. So the Green Lantern in question has got to finish it relative. I mean, don't get me wrong. An extended fight, they'll be fine. But if we're talking about like a day-long fight going all out, the Lantern is going to lose because they're going to run out of juice. And so the question simply becomes, is the Lantern or any Lantern capable of because this fight probably would not end with the Lantern killing Hulk, if that were even possible. One, Green Lanterns have a bit of a kill code thing you're not supposed to do. But they're also, I don't know if a Lantern straight out has the capability, a Green Lantern has this capability of killing the Hulk. I mean that in the sense of, let's say he creates like a giant pair of world-sized scissors to cut the Hulk's head off. Well, even if he succeeds in doing that, which there's no guarantee, the Hulk can survive decapitation. The Hulk can survive pretty much near anything, provided there's some parts of the Hulk left. Provided his brainstem, I believe that's, or is it the hypothalamus or the brainstem where it stems from? Provided that the part of his brain that needs to remain intact for him to heal remains intact. Otherwise, the Hulk could die. And the Hulk has been able to stave off giant monstrous weapons multiple times in the past. So whatever Green Lantern is fighting the Hulk, they're going to have to get creative with dealing with the Hulk. For example, he jumps in the air, they catch him in the sphere. They maybe try to throw him into space and end it. Hulk, though, probably breaks out and just breaks out of there and comes down and uses a thunderclap, rattles their cage a bit. He comes in, maybe smashes him in the face, whatever. They go flying, skipping like a stone. The Hulk is getting madder and madder, so you got to be more creative. You got to be more. You've got to be able to figure out a way to take down the Hulk while not getting killed. So I imagine after a while, it's going to come down to him trying to contain the Hulk as much as he can. Strongest Lantern around, let's just say Hal Jordan for the sake of argument here. His will is insane. Again, overpower the embodiment of will with your own will. That makes no sense. But, he's binding the Hulk down enough. It's like, I can't keep this guy down for long. But time travel is an option. So, if he absolutely has to, he can go back in time. And again, there's limitations to what type of time travel he can, or how far he can go back. But if he can go back to maybe even before the beginning of the fight, before he even transforms into Hulk, and finds out how the Hulk transformed to begin with, he could just stop Hulk from transforming, and therefore the fight never takes place. Or he just very quickly knocks out Bruce, be it with a gentle tap, or just like, hey, sorry, poop, but I need you to come with me, and then shakes him off world. Provided, of course, the Hulk does not, wake up from doing that. In which case, he goes back in time again. He's like, okay, let's talk this out. I think the Green Lantern would win because he's got enough versatility and power behind those constructs. Like, Hulk will snap a lot of those constructs, no problem. But give any of the powerful Green Lanterns a shot, and those constructs could hold the Hulk down for at least a little while. But yeah, the Green Lanterns got versatility. Strength of the constructs, obviously. They've got the durability to last at least a little while. But they have the ability to kind of stop the fight before it ever happens to some degree. And with the Hulk, that's important. So ultimately, I would probably side on the side of the Green Lantern. But this is also contingent on the possibility that the Hulk doesn't turn into World Breaker Hulk or starts getting so strong he can literally clap the universe away. If he gets that level of strength, it's going to be difficult for any Lantern to do anything against him. Yes, some of the most powerful can survive 2 collapsing universes on top of them, but Hulk literally is just clapping the universe out of existence. So, but again, time travel, I guess you could say. It is a bit of a cop-out answer, sadly, but it is a ability that Green Lanterns do have at their strongest. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.